I would like to deal with what's called the Leningrad trials. What were they? The trials were to pass judgment on a bunch of Jews who wanted to come to Israel during the days of the Soviet Union. They hijacked a plane in June of 1970 because there was no way for them to get at a plane to take them to Israel. So they took the law into their own hands and they wanted to come to Israel, hence the hijacking. Or steal a civilian plane to bring them to Israel. This was their plan. So they put their plan into action, but they were caught by the Soviets, who obviously had a plant and they knew all about what the Jews wanted to do. So they put them in jail, and the Jewish Agency and the Jews here in Israel and in America, of course, protested. They said, why don't you let the Jews go? I mean, let my people go. This was the theme. Here in Israel, the Jewish Agency decided to hold demonstrations against the Jews not being allowed to leave Soviet Russia. So what did they do? We were all requested. We were the volunteers, we were the Ulpanistim, those studying Hebrew, and the call went out for us to assemble at Masada. Masada is the stronghold of the Jews, of the Zealots, back more than 2,000 years ago when they fought against the Romans. And we received a call. We is the volunteers who were in the kibbutzim here in Israel, and the Ulpanistim. Ulpanistim are those who were learning Hebrew. So here we are, and we are requested to take the buses, which will be supplied by the Jewish Agency, in order to make a viable demonstration to show the Israeli public and, of course, the American public that we needed their help. So we go on the buses and we arrive in Masada. It is towards evening, twilight time, and we are given torches, little torches, and we are walking up the mountain, around the mountain, going higher and higher and higher. It was a beautiful, beautiful sight to see all these international Jewish students coming, giving their time, making their effort to come in order to show our solidarity. And we reached the stage where the speakers are going to speak to us. We are on a lower level and they're on a higher level. And so the speakers are speaking. And of course, what they all said was one thing, or the overriding thing that they said was, let my people go. And here we are standing, applauding the people who are giving the speeches. And I noticed that all of a sudden clouds are gathering where it had not been. And these clouds are getting thicker and thicker and thicker. And I felt the presence of God. I said to myself, God is here. Now, to me, the association of clouds and God is clear cut. That here is God listening to our supplications, to our requests. And I said, wow, I said, God is listening to us. Now, after that, we were dispersed, went back to our kibbutzim, went back to our learnings and so forth. But within 2 weeks or 3 weeks, if I remember correctly, we started hearing about Jews getting permits to leave the Soviet Union. Now, this was an impossible dream at the time. I mean, nobody in their right mind had expected that the Soviet Union would say to the Jews, okay, you can go. So now my question to all of you is, was God there? Did he hear us? My answer is yes. He was there, he heard, and he acted. And let my people go. And they were allowed to leave. And that became a wave of Jews leaving the Soviet Union.